So having grown up in Venezuela, where corruption runs rampant, where a government was as inept as could be, I lost all faith in civic duty. The voting process, the idea of civic participation seemed absurd growing up in Venezuela, and to a certain degree I became jaded. I became disillusioned in the very principles of civic participation. A number of years later, I moved to the United States, and it was the land of the free, the home of the brave, the land of opportunity, the land of Hollywood. But even in America, I still carried with me my Venezuelan upbringing and my disillusionment with civic participation. The whole thing just seemed like one big fraud. But I believe I've turned the corner. I've been thinking a lot about this beautiful quote that says, "Wisdom tells me I am nothing, but love tells me I am everything. And between these two banks flows the river of my life." And I think that disillusionment in civic participation comes from thinking that we don't matter, that we can't make a difference, that as an individual we matter not. And that's understandable, and you could certainly interpret your excuses for not participating in that way. In fact, that's what I used to do. It's like it won't make a difference either way. But again, wisdom tells me I am nothing, but love tells me I am everything. And between these two banks flows the river of my life. So if love tells us that we are everything, if love tells us that each of us matters, then out of, I think, a love for each other and a love for humanity and out of love for our country, might we decide to act as if we matter and participate in the civic process. This would be an amazing thing. So I come to you not with a kind of virtue signaling or any kind of sort of standoffish perspective, but rather I'm coming to you from the perspective of someone who has been disillusioned in the process and who is nonetheless trying to change. I am trying to now think differently about civic participation and about the ways that we can come together, each of us dropping a grain of sand in terms of our contribution, you know, a drop of water in the bucket, and how might we then fill up this bucket and render ourselves whole and render ourselves holy and show that together we can make a difference. Each of us matters, and that's what this hopefully becomes about. So my invitation is to get out and make your voice heard and vote.